So the question is, and I've been grappling with this for a while because it's come up so often recently, is do the INTJs have too high of standards for friends or relationships? Or is it actually super easy to become friends with INTJs and everyone just sucks in general? It's two very good and likely paths that we can choose, but I've thought about what are my criteria for friends, and I feel like this is not hard to meet. And number one is reliability. And it's just say what you're gonna do what you say, and follow through. The scenario that kind of pops into my head is like if someone's gonna pick me up or meet me somewhere or anything like that, and they cancel last second, I'll give them one shot. That's okay. Anomaly, that's not how they are. But if it happens more than once, they're just an unreliable person, and that affects everything they do in life. It's not just being on time, because being on time is a symptom of, I would say, disrespect towards other people's time, not having the ability to get up on time, plan your day accordingly, that sort of thing. And even if you have kids or something like that, you know how that works. So you have to plan accordingly with kids. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but you can give some people some grace there. But reliability in terms of I'm going to do this and then not doing it, needing constant follow up. I feel like that's actually my number one thing is if you're reliable to me, you're pretty much like you're very close to being a good friend or colleague. The second thing is just above average intelligence. And when I say above average intelligence, I really mean open-mindedness to weird, random topics or just kind of going down a rabbit hole with me. I've said that before with my wife, and that, we've talked about that. Just having enough of a brain to go, that's interesting. Let's talk about that more. So I would say the more closed-minded you are, the less we're going to be able to be friends or colleagues in general. And I think the third thing is to be successful in something or anything. It does not have to be major success, but it has to be, again, above average success. It could be you run a fencing business. It could be you have an art business. It could be something where you're just so obsessed with a passion of yours that you're successful at it. You're known in the industry. People follow you. People look up to you for advice in your certain space, and it could be so random. It does not have to be something trendy like tech or anything. It could be manufacturing. It could be woodworking. Anything like that. It could be art. So those are my criteria. So it's just being reliable, being intelligent, which I think means having an open mind, and then having something you're successful at that could be outside of your corporate job, or it could be just something that you're so successful at that it's like outside of your corporate job that you're just truly passionate about and that you put a lot of time into. I think those people are super interesting. So I'm like, if this is my criteria, why do I feel like INTJs are constantly let down by people? What are we let down about? I think the natural response for INTJs and people observing INTJs would say they just think everyone's dumb. And I'm 33, and I think when I was in my 20s, I used to think that everyone's dumb. But now I'm in a place where I just accept people for where they're at and realizing there are different types of intelligences that I wish I could have. I've just always thought that there's a certain type of intelligence that was the pinnacle in the hierarchy of intelligences that we had and other types didn't. But it's not that. I think that it's an easy brush off to say like, oh, they just think the other person's doesn't have a high IQ or they're not very smart. But that I don't think that's it. So do you think that we're particularly difficult to be friends with? Do you think that we have too high standards for ourselves and that we just project it onto others? Or is there's something else that my shadow is unable to see as I'm talking into the camera here? What do you think? And is it the same for NTs in general, NTJs, the same quadra that we're in, the ISFP, ESFP, ENTJ? Do you think it's that? Do you think it's, more related to Enneagram or something else? I'd be interested to know because this topic keeps coming up, and it seems like you can just contrast it with, your extroverted feeling types and go, well, they seem to have a lot of friends. They seem to have like a very all-encompassing, they're friends easily with people. Though I would love to know what extroverted feelings criteria are for being friends with them. So for the NTJs out there, INTJs, ENTJs, what do you think about this criteria? And do you think that we do have too high standards? Thanks for watching.